What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only use me, blood.
And guys, the first thing I want to talk about real quick, get it out there, we are on YouTube, we are on iTunes, and we are on Android.
And we are in your hearts as well.
I know a lot of Android users are like, wait, what about us? There is this app called Speak. It looks like Speaker, but it has an R somewhere in there, Spreaker. Mm-hmm. And basically it is in the description on YouTube. So if you're an Android user and you're looking to just listen to us on the phone, real easy, do it. And I think what has happened is our YouTube views have went to shit. So I think everyone is listening to us now on iTunes. So that's cool.
The sponsor of today's video, do you want a drum roll? Do you want me just to say it?
Go ahead.
Is actually a personal friend of mine. His name is Sam Witwicky.
Dude, I love the fact that finally a channel has sponsored us, because we've had two websites come in and be like, look, we want promotion, which was great.
Yeah.
We were happy to promote them. But we actually have a chance, because this is what I thought would happen. I thought that our sponsors, once we started doing sponsors, would be YouTube channels. And that didn't happen. It really surprised me. And now we have a YouTube channel that is sponsoring this episode, and it's a guy that you fucking know. So every sponsors we've had have been just awesome, and people that we want to promote. Tell them the story.
So let me just explain Sam Witwicky in real quick. So back in Black Ops 1, I'm playing with a real life friend, right? I'm playing. Now, when you play Call of Duty and you watch the kill cam, you always kind of go, oh, that was bullshit. Like, everything's bullshit, and you don't just die because the player was better, right?
Right.
So we were playing this game, and I was doing really well. Then all of a sudden, this guy comes in, and he shits on us by himself. Like, his team's garbage. We were destroying them, and then this guy comes in and just absolutely destroys shit, right?
Okay.
And, like, as I was watching the kill cams, I couldn't really come up with a reason besides that he was just a fucking beast player. There's no getting around it, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was so frustrated by him. Like, so frustrated that I was like, dude, I want to add you just so that I don't ever have to play against you. Like, that's honest to God what my feelings were. Like,
not to get a sidetracked on your story, but it just made me think of something. Do you think that there are players out there that are seen as like some of the most amazing players, but they're not really that good? You know what I mean? Do you think that there are people out there that are so fucking awesome, but they don't get fucking like 40-0 gameplays? They die a couple times, but then those are games against, like, they're playing against normal people, right? Where then you have other people that like kind of stage it and set it up with support, or they play at a certain time, or they're not using the map packs to play against, you know.
Yeah, there's some people that are just flat out beasts. And one thing that's really interesting about YouTube is that on YouTube, if you use like the best setup, right? Mm-hmm. If you use the what everyone considers the best setup, people are like, "Oh, that's fucking horrible." But it's like there's players that just want to play and just want to murder as many people as possible. Yeah, you know what I mean? They don't care about your like little side rules that don't actually exist. You know what I mean? But become like YouTube standards. Right. So people are running around doing weird shit. You know.
Like, if you run around with a Cap 40 before they updated it. And actually, you know what? When they updated it, nothing changed with the Cap 40. The Cap 40 still murders everybody. I just got on Call of Duty today to make a trolling video with So Close to Toast. If you don't know who that is, he's an awesome beatboxer guy. And I was murdering... You know, granted, I've been playing DayZ for a week. Yeah. But I was just killing everybody left and right. I felt like a fucking god. I'm like, I love this Cap 40.
I'm gonna address that. I honestly think that the game looks at how much you played. And if you haven't played in a while, I think the game is a little bit more... I literally think there's something in there that...
There's an algorithm?
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about this, because
that makes sense.
Every time... Now, if you play Call of Duty, right? And you play Call of Duty every day, you should be better on point, right?
Right.
But it gets like, either it get monotonous or whatever, it's just a problem. But like when you come back or the first time on, or like... people that start new accounts, I feel like they make it a little bit easier so that you can get back into it.
It felt like that today because I haven't played in a week. Yeah. I got on and I was not even trying. I was fucking around. I was rapping, you know? Yeah. He's sitting there. I'm like, yeah, suck a dick, bitch. And I like fucking, you know, I'm not even playing the game. I was just murking people.
So I was like, let me add you. And then plus, I ended up talking to him. He's a cool dude. Come to find out, like 6 months later, like I had no idea about this. Come to find out, this dude actually had a YouTube channel. And I had no idea. He never brought it up, which I think is awesome.
That's good people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, he honestly just wanted to get on and play. Whenever I'm on, he'll just shoot me a message like, you want to party up? Cool, we play. And he never asked me for like a shout out or like, hey, can we do a dual comm or anything like that. Like, his intentions were he's a good player that wants to play. One time I was playing Modern Warfare 3 and I used to run UAV and ballistic vests. And it got to a point where he was at like, I've never played a game like this. He was at 18-0, right? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you're close to getting the nuke. I've never gotten a nuke, shooting or knifing. I just never have.
Yep.
Okay. So I was like, oh, this would be cool. So I fucking was throwing down little vests and shit for him, and he got a nuke off of me helping him out.
So you were running support. Cheaters.
No, shut up. It wasn't like a whole squad.
Yeah.
When the situation came up where I was like, okay, I'll throw this guy a vest. You know.
Okay, so I think there's two different situations, right? Mm-hmm. I come from Halo where you play as a team. Like, there's no, like, you stole my kill, or there's no bullshit like that happens in Halo. You play as a team and you try to win the game. Yep. Right? In Call of Duty, you know, you have these people that play as a team. Like, you guys were playing as a team. That's acceptable, I guess. Yeah. But when you have everybody playing a role to make one person look amazing,
like that's
completely
corny.
Different.
That's so corny to me.
That's completely different.
Now, I will give them this, though, okay? The people that do that, okay? It's cheesy, it's corny, I think it's boosting. You know what I mean? Like, I've actually talked to JD20, who used to be the community manager, and he's like, that's boosting. Yeah. That's what it is. But I will give him this. To do that and actually pull it off and get, like, 10 Moabs in a game or whatever crazy shit like that. Yeah. It's
still kind of awesome.
It's still awesome, yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay, you know how people talk about set up shots or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, they talk about snipers, they set up shots, right? Yeah. Well, the mere fact that they were still able to spin around 17 times and throw C4 and do all that kind of stuff and pull it off, the execution is still there. Yeah. So I will give them that.
Right. Here's the thing. I love the fact that we get sponsors. Mm-hmm. Like, we do a legit promotion. Yeah. I love the fact that we do that because I have watched a podcast the other day and they had a sponsor and they literally said, oh, today's fucking shit is sponsored by so-and-so. And then they started talking about stupid shit. Like,
well, I just think that
I'm like, what the fuck's going on? That dude just, what?
I think it's cool that we actually have the luxury. Like, we have decent-sized channels. You have a decent-sized channel. I have a decent-sized channel. And we have a good amount of people following us that we can actually decline sponsoring people. Yeah, if we think
that has happened a lot.
Yeah, because it's just like some people will come up to us and like, "Hey, support our channel." Remember that one dude I showed you? And we went over to his channel, and he didn't even like.
I wouldn't say that we refuse Minecraft, but a lot of Minecraft people have been trying to advertise on our show. And it has to be, like, amazing Minecraft. Because we're not really into Minecraft, so how can we promote it?
You know what I mean? How can we realistically, with a straight face, promote something that we're like, whatever.
But that dude, what is his... here's the weird thing about people that have fucking crazy names like Sam, right? Yeah. Sam has a crazy name. Now, one, it could be fucking horrible. No one's ever going to remember his name. Or two... this guy can blow up and be fucking huge and have a unique name. And you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know which way it's going to go, but how do you say his name?
Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky. His link is in the description on YouTube.
Just like if you're on Transformers.
Okay.
That's where he got his name from.
You got to check this dude out, and thank you for sponsoring the Bad Kid Podcast.
Brought to you. And we're drinking coffee.
We're not doing drugs or alcohol today. We're drinking coffee.
We're over that. Jesus Christ.
I wonder if they'll be like, today's podcast sucks, you guys are sober, or today's podcast is awesome, you guys are sober.
Yeah.
Before you get into
kind of dropping a bombshell on you right now.
The what?
I want to...
I'll let you go then. Take the mic.
Okay. I think it might be for some interesting topics for a commentary, but also for my own personal well-being. I kind of want to go to an AA meeting.
What?
Yeah, I want to see what it's all about.
No, you're just going to go there and make fun of them. All right. Okay, listen. You should go to an AA meeting, right? Mm-hmm. Because you need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went there, right? That's okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I will admit that. Because I can't have a drink. If I have a drink, it'll turn into 20, and then I'm a complete... I'm like a little kid with no rules.
The problem with me is when I hang out with you, I can't have a good drunkenness.
Yeah.
Because I get feeling fucking good, and then I have to like go into babysitter mode.
Yeah.
It's not cool, dude.
No, I completely agree.
You know what I mean?
It's not cool. And I will admit it. I'm an asshole when I'm drunk.
And I don't know, you know what? Having the ability to control alcohol is not a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times have we been out drinking? You've seen me like almost like a switch, especially when I have to drive. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm instantly sober. I turn it on and off. It's not really a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I get jealous of people that just go out and get wasted because for some reason
you don't allow yourself to do that. Like I've only seen you really wasted, like white girl, shit-faced wasted a couple times. The rest of the time, you just got a nice little buzz. You're like, okay, I just want to go home. Like,
Yeah.
we'll go out and have a couple beers, and you're like, dude, that shot, I fucking felt that shot. Let's go home. I'm like, let's keep on going. That's my mentality when I drink.
The thing is, if I keep on going, I will just sober up though.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know. Well, there's certain things that you can't drink. Like last night, what were you drinking? That was out of the norm.
Well, I don't drink beer, but we went to a beer tent?
It was a beer tent. There's pretty much the town that I live in throws like this giant carnival, and they have this beer tent, and it's how many people do you think were packed into that tent?
A couple thousand?
Maybe, I don't know. It could be
Maybe
as much as
1,000, I don't know.
No, way more than that.
Way more than that. I'm bad at guessing like how, like if you show me a full stadium, I have no idea how many people are in that stadium.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Like Bill's Stadium holds, I think, like 70,000 people.
Okay.
All right. I would think that beer tent would hold like a section.
A small section, but a section, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was a couple thousand people.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Maybe 3,000 people, maybe 4.
Yeah,
you know?
there was a lot of people. And so I was drinking, I don't drink beer, but I was drinking these big 32-ounce beers. And then what I think got me was I was drinking the Jack Daniels berry things.
Yeah.
And I've never really been a huge fan of Jack Daniels, but every time I do drink Jack Daniels, I become like a fucking cowboy or something.
Dude, you know, I don't know, man. You know, you get to a point and it's like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, I don't like talking to people the next day or the next week and they're just like, oh, you know, like I've hurt people's feelings.
Right.
I might have a fucking blast, but I think it's at the expense of others.
Are we going to talk about what happened on Twitter?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I'll be honest. Whenever I go on drunk rants on Twitter, the next morning I just delete the shit and just hope that people.
Oh my god! It was spammed to me so many times, and I'm like, why?
Hammered.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, pretty much, I know that there's a problem there.
Okay.
I am very aware that there's a problem there. I have lied to myself and said, hey, I can maybe go out and have a couple drinks and be cool. But when I start drinking, it rolls into a lot of drinks and then I'm out of control.
See, I wish that you were open about everything because I could totally justify a different road, if that makes sense without revealing too much.
Well, we are going to take a station break and I'm going to find out what this is.
All right, and we are back, and we got clearance from the Blade FFC or FCS.
All right.
Here's the thing, dude. Now that you've given me permission to talk about this publicly, which I think is so fucking good, right? Because I like to be open as possible, right?
Okay.
You are money when you smoke marijuana.
Smoke weed, yeah. All right, so it's.
I know you see yourself as a role model, and you don't want to tell the people out there that you smoke weed.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, I don't care if the person's 10 years old that's watching this or 30 years old. Everybody goes through their life, and unless they're a complete social outcast and they have no interactions with other people, everybody goes through their life and gets high at least once.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I am a better person if I can medicate myself with marijuana. I am flat out a better person.
I don't understand why you don't just focus on that.
Because the weed out here in Buffalo is trash.
No, actually, there's some weed that we've had that was been excellent, and some weed that's just stupid. Like,
okay,
the last weed we had was absolutely horrible.
Okay, let me just kind of talk about this for a minute. Okay, the reason why I've never discussed this in like almost 900 videos, right?
And I don't get why, because you know what? I feel like your fan base, for the most part, the people that are subscribed to you, I would say 70% of them smoke weed.
I have no idea, but sure.
Like, when I knew your channel and I like listened to your videos, I'm thinking to myself, before I even knew you, that the people that like Blade are probably pot smokers.
Okay. Back home in Seattle, we have amazing weed. Insanely good weed.
Did I tell you what Joe Rogan said the other day?
What did Joe Rogan say?
Joe Rogan, I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast, and I don't have that many role models, but I would say in this YouTube, whatever fucking arena that we're in, Joe Rogan is an idol to me.
Okay.
And it's been great because I've been in YouTube for so long that I didn't have the opportunity to watch YouTube videos in the gaming community and inspire to be someone. That never happened. Like, I've never got that experience. I've never was a fanboy of anyone. My YouTube fucking situation happened by accident, and I was just thrown into it. So now that we're doing this podcast stuff, I have a role model, and that role model is Joe Rogan. And
what'd he say?
The other day, they were talking about weed, because they talk about smoking weed all the time, and he said... Someone was talking about telling a story how they were in Washington and tried smoking weed for the first time. He's like, "Oh, Washington, those guys don't play. Seattle, those guys don't play. That is the best weed." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm
Dude,
like,
you don't understand okay, my upstairs neighbor, right?
Yeah.
When I lived back in Seattle, my upstairs neighbor, when he moved there for like a little bit, he was working for Boeing for like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
He honestly, like, after he hit some good weed from Seattle, he was like, I don't want to move back. you don't understand. I know that sounds like a crazy thing to like your location.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I haven't been like there is because I've stopped smoking. And when I did smoke weed, I didn't smoke a ton of weed. It wasn't like a 5 blunt a day habit or anything like that. But I smoked weed either every day or every other day or whatever. And it calms me. That's the medicine. That's the medicine for all my crazy hang-ups, quirks, weirdness that I got in me. I'm kind of a fucking weirdo. Let's be honest, okay?
Okay.
I'm kind of fucking out there. I am. Sometimes I say some out there shit that you go, what the fuck? Right? Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but when I smoke weed, everything's better. I've never made a bad decision on weed. I've never... Like, nothing but positiveness has come from it. I'm lazy regardless. Okay? So a lot of people are like, well, it just stunts your
You
motivation.
know what, dude, when I smoke weed, I'm so more motivated. My brain's working on a different level. I'm tapping into some different type of creativity.
Yeah.
And I develop more ambition from smoking weed. So
also, the reason why, I'm going to get into this, the reason why I never really talked about it before, right? Is I had this weird hang up where I was thinking like, man, I don't want to be that person because I know there's some young people that listen to me, right?
Right.
I don't want to be that person that they're going to try smoking weed because I said it's something that I do. But then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't make videos for 10-year-olds.
That's what I don't get. I don't know why people do that. You know, when I was in FAG and then we got thrown into the Call of Duty community when all the COD people fucking promoted us and built us back up. When that happened, some commentators and shit were like, yo, you're not a good role model and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a role model. I make fucking adult content on a fucking M17 game. Like, I'm not trying to do that. You know, it's not my fault. This is the internet. Dude, it's not my fault that I fucking swear and shit in my videos or that I'm swearing right now in this podcast and kids are listening. Kids also listen to Pornhub. You know, is it Pornhub's responsibility to fucking get all the kids off? No, that's up to the parents.
Yeah.
It's not my problem, you know?
I mean, I'm never gonna like have a video where I'm like blowing blunt smoking in the camera or anything like that. But I'm just putting it out on the table. Like it's not really a secret. Anybody that listens to my commentaries could probably figure it out. Like,
you seem like the type of dude that smokes weed before I even met you, and I just don't understand why you don't talk about it, because I feel like you're going to connect with your fan base more, because I think your fan base smokes weed. Some people have said to me, they're like, with some of the crazy stuff I do online, they're like, well, what about your daughter? What about when your daughter gets a little bit older and she's watching YouTube? My daughter's not going to be allowed to watch this type of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's parenting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem that we have right now, is that you little child that thinks that my kid's gonna watch it. I'm a different parent than your parents.
And first off, I don't know why people think that you need parenting advice. I don't fucking get that. I don't tell anybody how to raise their kid, because I don't have a kid, but if I had one and somebody I didn't know was like, you should do this and this, I'm like, fuck off. Die in a fire.
No. It's different, dude. When you become a parent, you can't help but to like criticize other parents.
Why?
I don't know, because you're like, I don't know, it's weird. All the parents that are listening to me right now, right? You have to acknowledge that your whole thinking and shit has changed. And when you see other parents being bad parents, you care and you're more vocal than you were when you weren't a parent.
No, I understand that.
It's so weird.
I understand that, and I think it's shitty that there are shitty parents out there.
I hate to bring this up again, but the situation with Woody, like, I felt like I had to say something. I was like,
about what? This is
about streaming the kids. You don't just stream your kids, especially in the horrible, ridiculous. Okay, let me give you an example. Remember when you went to go do the dance on thing, and there was like this lady doing styling hair or some shit like that, and you were looking at her comments and it was all just like love, right?
Yeah, nice.
And then she looked at your comments and she was like, oh my god, like appalled. That's our audience. Our audience is like a bunch of like crazy assholes, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Not all of you guys are crazy, but some of you guys just say some outlandish shit.
We're talking about the COD community. You don't fucking stream your family in front of the COD community. If Woody had...
But that's not up for you to decide, though. That's up for Woody.
I'm a parent, though. I just instantly identify with don't do that. You know? Anyhow.
I just happen to disagree with you on that one. You know what I mean? Like... What about Shay Carl?
Blades playing politics.
I'm not playing politics. That's my I just told my fucking whole audience that I smoke weed. How am I playing politics? I just happen to disagree with you on that one.
Here's the thing with Shay Carl. All right, Shay Carl has run a PG-13 programming from the start. His audience you don't go to Shay Carl's video and look at the comments and see, oh, I want to rape your kids or some shit like that, right? You upload a video of your child or something, you're going to see comments like that in the fucking COD community. I don't care what commentator that's a parent that puts their kid up there, you're going to see fucked up comments like that, because that's the nature of our fan base.
But, now how about this then? What if Woody was like, you know what? I don't want to play video games anymore. I'm just going to change all my shit to vlogs and all about family and travel. I'm not going to have not a single frame of Call of Duty or video games. I'm not even going to have a console.
I think that would be fine. But you can't do PKA and talk about, you can't fucking upload videos giving sex advice and fucking do PKA and talk about such situations, and then at the same time
But it's YouTube, you can do whatever you want. As long as it's not copyright and no nudity, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I agree, but he's built a fan base with this other stuff, and then he's introducing a lot. And see... I don't disagree. I don't have a problem with him making videos with his kids. I don't think that's... Some people, especially the obviously Jesus dude, was like, oh, he's extorting his kid. I don't think that's the case at all. Okay. Well, my issue is that, as a parent, you got to protect your children, right?
Yeah.
You throw them on a live stream, anything can happen. You know what I mean? That's not really protecting your kid. You're just putting it out there. Anything can happen.
Well, I have pretty thick skin. I've read some fucked up shit that people say to me. You know what I mean?
Right, but what about the kid, though? What about the kids? That's all I'm saying, right? What about the kids when they go through school and that because of a live stream or something that wasn't controlled by the parent, some crazy stuff happens and they're getting ridiculed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, what if God forbid, you know, you're live streaming your kid and your kid hears a racial slur at school and he utters it out on a live stream? You can't edit that out. It's already on. It's done. That dude's labeled a racist for the rest of his life. And every kid, I don't care who you are, has said some fucking racist shit at some point. You know, they have. You know, you're growing up, you know, you're hanging out with a bunch of friends. You know, you end up saying some racial shit or some fucking picking on handicaps or something. You say something as an adolescent that's completely off the wall.
You know that Woody's kid is like handicapped, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just I didn't know if you knew, but he is. But I understand what you're saying, but I think that when they do the, I don't think he's done it in a while, but like when he would have his family on, like, because once you do YouTube for a while, you feel like people that are watching are kind of part of your family a little bit.
Yeah, and you want to introduce them. Yeah,
you kind of introduce them. You don't do it the first video, but over time you kind of introduce them.
And I don't think that's. I've had Mia in videos and stuff like that, but it's a controlled environment. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference.
So your qualm with him was that it was on a live stream.
Yeah.
Okay, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
Like,
because I didn't hear you right then the first time, because I thought just having his kids in the video was shitty. Like that, I wasn't listening to you completely.
You just don't really have control of the situation. You know what I mean? You don't have control of your kid's image. You know what I mean? You don't. There's no editing process. There's no filter. It's just raw.
What if there was a delay?
It doesn't. Well, okay. So what I'm referring to is the situation with the dog, right? There's no delay. Like that goes out. It's done. It's over with.
Didn't that happen like 6 months before this all surfaced?
6 months? No. When it happened, at that time, Drum Alert was booming, right? Mm-hmm. And I was asked to cover it, and I just made some tweets about bad parenting and. Wow, this is wrong.
You know my opinion on that whole matter. I thought it was just there was nothing there. There was nothing there. He fucking.
I don't think it was what it was accused of. There's people here that are listening that have no idea what we're talking about. But not to beat a dead horse, but I don't think what was accused is what happened. But there was enough there for people to say that something happened that didn't happen. You know what I mean?
No, because if you watch the video, because 50,000 people wanted to re-upload videos, and can we stop with the fucking re-uploading of videos, please?
Oh my god!
And I'm not even talking just about Call of Duty, okay? If there's a song that I like,
it's so ridiculous.
If there's a song that I like, you know how many fucking people will take that song and upload a shitty version of it, or do a rendition.
Meta tags have ruined YouTube, and I'll tell you why. Today, Blade was like, let's talk about the guy that walked across the Grand Canyon. I was like, okay, so I went to YouTube. I searched it. We couldn't find the video. All we could find was stupid fucking videos of people like, you know, like trying to promote their website or something. Like the fucking thumbnail would be the guy walking on the wire, but then you click on the video and it's like an ad for something. Misleading titles, it's just such bullshit. And the reason why that outranks the actual video is because of meta tags, titling the video right, doing all this shit to fucking trick the Google algorithm, and I can't stand it.
Now,
I wish people understood that guys like Ali A and T Martin are not popular because they're like the most amazing entertainers in the world. It's because they have fucking manipulated this system so when the fucking trailer comes out for Call of Duty, that their fucking video gets ranked higher than Activision themselves. I wish people understood that, because you have these fucking people that come to their aid, like, oh, you're just jealous because these people have more subs. They have more subs because they've manipulated the system, and they're no better than that motherfucker that uploaded the fucking thumbnail of the guy walking across the Grand Canyon. You're not better than him. You're the same scumbag.
Now, T's my boy. I don't know LEA, so fuck him.
Oh, by the way, T Martin is awesome. I've met him in real life, and every time I talk shit about him, I feel guilty because on a personal level, that guy's gold. Yeah. I fucking met him. And I've never fucking had a bad experience with him. Yeah. Any fucking criticisms that I've ever had about him, you know, he's never taken it to like heart. You know, he's never been like, well, fuck you, Keem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And in fact, when I made that video reminiscing 5 stars, I had to tweet out like 100 times. I'm like, T Martin, I love you, but I'm going to criticize the fuck out of you.
Yeah. I mean, T's my boy. Like, he's cool as shit in my book. You know what I mean? And I think that if I was him in the same position, I would probably do the same thing.
I don't know if I met T Martin more than once, but I remember the one time that I met him, and I think it was PAX, or no, it was E3.
Okay.
He's just a good fucking cool dude.
Yeah.
And you know what the coolest thing about T Martin is that dude used to be a fan of my videos like back in the day before he even did YouTube.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, and that's just, I love hearing those stories.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not talking about the Call of Duty things. We all know it's kind of douchey just to re-upload stuff. And also, when I would, I'm not doing it anymore just because I don't want to beat a dead horse. But I always thought it was funny when T-Mart would upload a Call of Duty trailer. And I remember there was a Call of Duty Ghost trailer that came out, and I was like, there's nothing here. And T re-uploaded it. And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to re-upload his re-upload. So I took his video, because basically what they do is he takes the video and adds about 15, 20 seconds at the beginning saying, what's up guys, T-Mart here, and I'm super excited to give you this video, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, dude, that's so shitty, because like, I'm out here grinding. I'm out here trying to like make content, and just to re-upload something, it fucks everybody over. It's selfish.
I get accused of being jealous of bigger YouTubers when I fucking have qualms with them or talk shit about them because I'm really vocal and stuff. And I don't think I've ever been really jealous of anyone, but there has been a couple moments where I've legitimately been jealous of people.
Oh yeah.
And one of those moments was when T Martin got the little fucking what are they called on Xbox
the little
Live?
avatar things?
The little avatar pictures.
Yeah.
When he got those on fucking on Xbox Live, I'm like, I hate you. I want to be you. That's bullshit. Like, I'm so jealous right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. This has to be like 2 years ago. I'm talking to my indie game developer, and I'm like, dude, we need to figure out how to sell these little pictures, because we could have like a Keemstar picture, a Blade picture, and we could promote it. And it was just, I have so many fucking ideas. I'm trying to do a billion things at once. Yeah. It was one of those things that just kind of fucking, I thought about, I pursued it a little bit, and then gave up on. And bam, T Martin's right there. I'm like, oh, fucker.
To get back on topic though,
he did it through the MLG. That motherfucker. T Martin, I love you. But I'm jelly.
I'm talking about if there's a song, right, that I want to hear, or if there's just like you're saying, like I wanted to show you about the dude walking across the Grand Canyon. Yeah. When you type that into YouTube, you won't get that. You will get some bullshit. You'll get like 20 pages of people like aiming their camera at the screen.
We always bitch that YouTube doesn't work, that it's fucking the sub boxes and everything and all like that. But I was thinking today, because somebody tweeted me and they were like, Keemstar, I never realized how much you did. Like, it was someone that just subbed to me and started researching me, right? He's like, I never knew that you had a fucking pro team, that you have this like fucking trolling team, that you do. I never knew that you did all these different things, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about that. And it made me think of 4 years on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I really love YouTube. All I do is bitch and complain about this website that has given me so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for the first time in probably years, I was just really, really in love with YouTube today. I had this moment of like, I love you, YouTube. It was a cool feeling.
The only qualm I got with YouTube is I wish that the sub boxes would work. Besides that, I don't really care what other people do or try not to.
But I remember the days like back in like 2009 when I just got on YouTube and shit. Like, you'd see so many YouTubers like putting their arms out like, I love you, YouTube. YouTube's the greatest site. Like, there was like almost like this momentum that of people in love with YouTube. And now, because YouTube's become such a business, we've lost that. We've lost our respect for this platform, I think, a lot of us. Which is kind of shitty.
I don't know. First off, I don't know why. Just stop with the re-uploads. I'm not even talking about Call of Duty. Just stop with the re-uploads. If you didn't make it, what Don't put it
You know
out
what
there.
though? You know what though? When people re-upload my videos, I love you because there would be no history if you didn't.
Well, okay. So remember the first time you contacted me, it was either you or Drinker, and you're like, "Can I upload your video?" Or something. Like, why?
Yeah, but that would have been. See, this is why you're. When it comes to marketing, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You have no idea what the hell is going on.
If I'm at such a so level, if I'm
At
at
the
100K
time-
and you're at 20K,
At the time, you had 260,000 subscribers, right? Mm-hmm. We had, I believe, 80,000 subscribers. All right. What we want to do is we want to upload one of your gun game reactions because it was a fucking great trolling video. Mm-hmm. Your channel would have been linked, and you probably would have gained about 5,000, 10,000 subs. But your non-marketing ass was just like, no, that's mine. Like
That is mine, though.
Yeah, but you didn't think about it. You didn't think. I thought I was like going to do you a favor, and you were going to be happy about it. But you didn't look at it like, wow, this is going to create more subscribers, more views, and more everything in the future.
I look at it, that video, that video that I made. It took time for me to make that video.
Right.
All the hours of playing, and I'm not saying it's hard or anything like that, but like literally, there's work involved.
If somebody
just to give it to somebody else, like I understand what you're saying.
If somebody comes to me with 200 subscribers and they want to re-upload my video, I'm going to be like, no, please don't do that. If somebody comes to me now, I currently have 41,000 subs on my main channel, which is Killer Keemstar. If someone comes to me and they have 20,000 subscribers, like half of what I have, and they want to upload my video and link me, fuck, go ahead. Go ahead. That's why community channels end up raping people so bad, is because they create a service. You know what I mean? This talentless fuck that all he's doing is uploading everyone else's videos, he is able to create an income based on that because he is providing a service. You know what I mean? He's fucking able to put this guy in front of a bigger audience and give him a chance to promote his stuff. And you should do that. You put up videos on videos games and you get fucking subs from it, right?
I've promoted them, yeah.
Yeah, and you get subs from it, right?
No.
If you put videos
I never look at my sub count. I don't know.
If you were to fucking upload one of your videos, right, to the Thrust channel and it was like a good video, you get subs from it. You just got to start, I don't know. Sometimes, we start doing this podcast and we forget that we're doing a podcast and it's almost like a private conversation.
I think that's the best, though. I think that's good. I think that, what it's called? It's going to that autopilot mode.
I know, but sometimes, okay, this is what I hate. I hate when I watch someone else doing a podcast or something and they're talking behind the scenes talk. Yeah. It's like, I don't give a fuck about that. Entertain me. You're the entertainer. Entertain me.
Yeah.
Don't talk about... And that's what we've ended up doing here for a long time, and I think maybe we should get on a different topic.
Bam.
So, I was wondering what you thought about the NSA.
The what?
The NSA.
What about it?
Do you know what the NSA is?
I'm having a brain fart right now.
Recently,
I'm going to sound so fucking retarded. I probably do know what the NSA is, but I'm just...
Recently, it's come to light that the government has been listening, or not just listening, but have stolen all of our emails, all of our fucking phone logs, everything. Like, they have it all logged.
Yeah.
People are in uproar.
Okay, well, why?
Why are they in uproar?
Yeah.
Because we're an American citizens and we have a constitution and we have a right to privacy.
Okay, if you think that sounds fucking great, and apple pies and fucking American flags and all that shit, right? That sounds fucking phenomenal. Put some fucking gel in your hair and I don't know, like that's awesome. That sounds great, but that's not the real world. I understand that we get spied on. I understand if I send an email that it's probably going to get read. Probably not because I don't really do anything, but you know what I mean? Like if I was a suspect, here's the thing. Let's say you walk into a store, right?
Yeah.
And the person behind the counter watches you thinking that you might steal something.
Okay.
I have no issue with them thinking that. I'm not stealing anything. I have no problem being accused of that. They might think, hey, I think you might be stealing something, so we're going to watch you more. I don't have any issue with that. They're just them doing their job. I know this sounds unpatriotic or whatever, but like if they read the email, if some government agent is reading my emails that I send to Scuff Gaming, Okay?
Right.
There's nothing in there. Here's the thing. I don't mind if a government agent reads that. I would be more offended if, like, a friend maybe read some stuff that I sent.
Okay.
So
this is what you're missing, though. Okay. Let's say that you develop a flying car. All right.
Okay.
You come up with this idea. You fucking quit the drinking. You start smoking weed all day, and you start getting really creative. And you just burst out this idea. Oh my god, this is how it would work. And bam, and you fucking drop the plans. Then you send an email, right, to a friend of yours that might be able to help you with financing or something like that.
Okay.
Now, because there's so much, fucking business involved in our politics, lobbyists and shit, buying politicians and all that, whichever controlling party is controlling the fucking government at that moment, looking through meta tags and stuff for inventions that relate to the lobbyist. Let's say the lobbyist is an auto dealer, right? Mm-hmm. So the auto dealer's like, we'll give you a bunch of money. We need you to find new ideas involving like auto stuff, right?
Yeah.
They start looking through the meta tag and bam, fucking a bunch of tags come up from that email. They pull it up and read it and they're like, oh my god, we got something hot. And then they fucking give that to the fucking auto companies, right? That they got put in power from. You know what I mean? That's where the problem lies. And that's not the only scenario, but that's a good scenario where your idea can be stolen by lobbyists.
Okay. I understand that, but how are we going to stop that?
We stop that by fucking... Here's the thing. You're not going to stop it by not talking about it. You have a chance to stop it by being vocal and voicing your opinion. When people just fucking lay down their guns and fucking just say, fuck it, just you control me, I'll just do what you say, then you remain enslaved.
Okay, I understand that premise. I totally get that. But I don't think... It's not something that super affects me. That's why I'm not passionate about it. If I ever have a fucking brilliant idea, I'm going to type it out and take a snapshot of it and send it as a GIF, so you can't look at the, I don't know. Like, you ever see that shit on Instagram when people will like type some shit out and take a picture of it and then upload it? It's just like, well, why? Like,
but you're an American. Like, that's like, you were raised to know that you are free and that you have all these rights, and that's what makes...
No, we don't. We have privileges. They could take that shit away from you real quick. You get out of line, they'll throw your ass in prison.
We have a constitution that says that we have God-given rights. If you don't believe in that system and you don't voice your opinion...
We have privileges. We don't have rights. We have privileges. Look at voting, right? Is voting a right or a privilege?
It is a right.
No, it is a privilege. Because if you do something that they don't like, they can throw you in prison. You can get a felony. Once you have a felony, you can't vote anymore.
All right, whatever.
So that's a privilege then. That's just something you can get taken away. Every right that you speak of, that they can take that shit away. So they're not rights, they're privileges.
It's a right. It only gets taken away if you take the rights of other people by committing a crime.
There's victimless crimes though.
I don't know. You're getting way too technicality.
That's not technicality. It's very... I'm sorry, Keem. It's very simple.
All right. You're talking about voting. We're not talking about voting. I'm talking about the Constitution. I'm talking about your right to privacy. We have a right to privacy. All right. The government, by listening into our fucking phone calls and stealing our emails, is violating our constitutional rights. The people that have orchestrated this event and the people involved in doing it are traitors to America. They're traitors. You are a traitor to America.
Well, then it falls under this, okay? Now, let's say because of their...
And what they're trying to do is the whistleblower that's over in China right now,
yeah.
This is what happened.
I saw that with the dude, yeah.
The dude that fucking blew it out, right?
Yeah,
he went to China. And these motherfucking politicians are saying that guy's the traitor. How is he the traitor? That makes no sense.
Well,
how is he the traitor?
I don't agree with the government doing all that stuff. I don't. Now, I've heard statistics on this, but I'm not like nothing hardcore facts or whatever. But all that listening that they do, how even if they do listen, let's say they find some felonious shit.
Right.
Let's say they find out that a person was going to bomb something or whatever, right? How could they even use that? You can't use illegal like wiretaps in court. So how are you going to punish that person?
What do you mean? I'm lost.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the reason why the government listens in on phone calls and reads emails and does all that stuff, right?
Their excuse is to help keep us safer and stop terrorism.
Okay, what I would like to see is, since they've been doing this, show me something that they have prevented.
Well, they've claimed that they prevented a bunch of stuff. Of course, they haven't revealed what they prevented.
Exactly. So I've never heard, and also that's what I'm saying. If I'm probably gonna get fucking FBI come to my house for this. But if I were to fucking do emails saying I wanted to bomb the fucking Bill Stadium,
Which you would not do.
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying for the hypothetical of this, right?
Yes.
If I was emailing someone saying, "Hey, we're gonna bomb Bill Stadium. This is how we're gonna do it." Blah 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 blah. Right? And then they come and they get me. Obviously, I'm a fucking terrorist, piece of shit. But like, how can they even use the information? Don't you have to bring me into a court of law and prove that I did that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You're taking it somewhere else.
I'm just trying to say the reason for them fucking infringing on our privacy. Okay, you're infringing on our privacy. Well, but show me some positives from that.
Have you ever seen the fucking movie like what the fuck is it? The 5th of November or whatever?
No.
The Mask. You've seen it. I don't know what the name of it is.
The 5th of November?
What is the anonymous mask? Where does that come from? What movie?
I don't know.
You know what? You've never seen this movie?
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
You've never... Yes, you have.
You have to tell me the name of the movie. Or what it's about.
Okay, this is what it's about. It's about this guy in England, right? He fights off the government, and he, like, kidnaps this girl and saves her life. And they all wear the anonymous mask. You don't?
No
yes,
idea.
You do.
How do you know?
You know?
How are you going to tell me what I know?
Because this is one of the most fucking popular movies there is.
Nothing of what you just explained.
Oh my god.
We're gonna take a break, and Keem's gonna show me this.
I can't think of the name of the fucking movie. We're gonna find it out. All right, it's V for Vendetta, and I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of this movie, but Blade has never seen it. You're always telling me, "Oh my god, Keem, you've never seen this movie?" You're always saying that shit to me. Mm-hmm. You have never seen V for Vendetta?
No.
Something is wrong with you.
Why? I don't like Natalie Portman.
V for Vendetta is probably the greatest movie of our times because it directly relates to everything that goes on in our politics today.
All right. I do know that V for Vendetta is made by the dudes that made The Matrix. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I know this is going to sound really stupid, but like, The Matrix is on some mind-blowing... second,
will you promise
level
will
shit.
You promise me that you're going to watch V for Vendetta?
No.
Why?
Because I personally, I'm not a fan of Natalie Portman.
I'm unsubscribing to your channel right now.
Well, go
I'm
on then.
unsubbing because you will... if you don't watch V for Vendetta, you will never understand our current state today that we're dealing with.
The movie does not look interesting to me.
This idea was, I think, around since the beginning of time, and it's a way to control people, but it was very it was popularized or fucking became popular. Excuse me, I'm fucking making up words again.
You do that shit all the time.
I always
let
make
you
up words.
slide all the time because I'm not trying to be like, I guess it's not grammar Nazi, it'd be like word Nazi or something. I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes you'll say some things and you'll get this little smirk on your face or I'll get the smirk on my face because I'm like, he just said that. I know he just said that.
It
And you
became
skip over
popular in Nazi Germany, and what they did is they basically staged this attack and found a guy and fucking killed a guy that had nothing to do with this attack. And what they did is they were able to scare everybody, right, into thinking that like the government's under attack, right? And based on that fear, they were able to trick the fucking people into thinking that they were going to protect them. But in all reality, they wanted to go to war, and they wanted to acquire more land, and they wanted to create nationalism within Germany to get the people's support to do a bunch of crazy fucked up shit. All right? Mm-hmm. Now we have the United States, right? And how the fuck did we end up going into Iraq and Afghanistan? Because of terrorist attacks, right?
Yeah.
And basically, V for Vendetta is similar to that, where they create hysteria among the country in England, and they're able to use that fear, and they're able to convince the people that they're trying to protect them, and by doing that, they're able to abuse the rights of the citizens.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
And that's what they're doing today.
I don't agree with that, but I completely understand that. That I, honest to God, think there are events that happen that make us fucking like a diversion. It's like, oh, let's all fucking talk about this and look at this and look at this while so many other crazy shit's going on. And I honestly think that things be free.
More people will die this year from smoking cigarettes than all the terrorist attacks upon our country throughout the beginning of history. From the beginning of our country till today, more people will die from smoking cigarettes. So what is the fucking government's main objective? Is it to keep us safe? No. If it was to keep us safe, they'd fucking outlaw this shit that's extremely addictive that I have in my hand right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I'm smoking. That's what they would do, right? They have this fucking faked up shit where, you know, somehow someone's gonna fucking come strapped with some shit and blow you up and kill you, and oh my god, we're trying to protect terrorists, and that's why we have the right to listen to all your stuff. It's a way to fucking break the Constitution and violate our rights through fear. And that's what's going on in the world today. If you're listening to that right now, that zapping is my bug zapper.
It's going ham right now. I don't know if they can hear it though.
I don't know if they can hear it, but it's just like nonstop.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a cruel way to kill insects, because you really shouldn't kill insects because they feed, you know, bats and like birds and all kinds of stuff. Insects are really good, but I'm telling you, there's some type of animal instinct in me that loves the fact that I can plug in this fucking blacklight thing and these little bugs just get zapped and fried. There's something about me that just loves it. That thing's non-stop.
Can we turn this off?
Why don't we just take this up to the fucking thing?
All right, so you guys know what we're dealing with. Can you
Listen to this. Yeah, we're still recording. It's just non-stop. Oh my god. Listen to this. A giant bug. There's a giant bug that just got caught on fire. Dude.
Holy, oh my god.
Listen to this. This bug is on fire right now on the bug zapper.
Oh, now
It stopped.
Now you got shy.
It stopped. It got burned.
That was a big boy. There was smoke.
God damn it.
There was smoke.
It's still going. Oh my god. Alright, so anyhow.
A tarantula up there? Jesus.
Yeah, Yackle, your tarantula just got fucking fried. Alright, let's get resituated here. Yeah, so that's the whole premise, and that's why this whole NSA shit is fucked up, bro.
Why is it called that? What does the NSA stand for? National Security Association?
Something like that.
Okay.
National Spying Association. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it stands for, but so yeah, that's been big in the news. There was this lady on this cooking show, and her name's like Miss Paula Dean or something like that.
Oh, this. Okay, tell the story because I've gotten snippets of it. What exactly happened?
I don't know that much about it because I just found out about it briefly, and I don't even know if I'm saying her name correctly, but it's like Miss Paula Dean or something. She's on the Cooking Network, and she's a Southern lady, and she makes Southern dishes, right? She said to one of her coworkers that she thought of a really good idea for a wedding would be to have people that serve all middle-aged black men and middle-aged black women, so they appear like slaves.
What?
She wanted to have a wedding with black people as servants, right? Even though they're not really slaves, but they get paid, you know what I mean? But only hire black people to do it. So it appeared to be like a history, like going back in the day, like slaves.
This is her problem, okay? If you're gonna have some fucked up thought like that, like if you're gonna have some ridiculous thought like that, keep that to yourself.
Well, see, she didn't say this on air because who the fuck would say any outlandish shit
So
like that?
So where'd she say this?
She was talking about this like at work, and one of the people that worked there was fucking black, right? So they quit. They're like, well, obviously I'm not going to work here anymore.
Yeah.
And they sued her. So when she was being sued, I think she was being sued. I don't know. Maybe I got the story wrong. She had to take like this deposition, right? So there's these logs. So there's no audio of this. You can't find audio. Maybe you can. I don't know.
So it's
that
all
much
like
about
hearsay then, huh?
It's like transcripts of what she said, you know?
Wow.
So she was supposed to go on Matt Lauer's show, which is some morning show on ABC or NBC or one of these shows.
Like
right?
Today's Show.
Yeah, she was supposed to go on there to confront it, and she didn't do it. She ended up not doing it. And she uploaded a YouTube video, and she was like, I'm sorry I didn't go on the show, but I've been so sick of, you know, basically dealing with the fact that I fucked up, that I couldn't even physically go on the show. And that she, like, apologized for the fact that she didn't said all that stuff. And you know what I saw this...
But she's not apologizing because she felt like she doing it was wrong. She's apologizing because she wants to not be looked at as a fucking racist asshole.
You know what, though? I think that's fucked up because I could say something like that and there would be no repercussions. You know what I mean? There would be, like, a couple people mad, but that's it. And I think it's unfair that certain people can say some things and other people's can't. Like, I'm going to come into Woody's defense here, right?
Okay.
I can say some outlandish shit. You can say some outlandish shit, right? Mm-hmm. If Woody were to say that, that guy would get fucking crucified. And I don't...
But here's the thing, though. There's nothing... Okay, you say crucified. What do you mean by crucified?
I'm talking about public outlash.
You talking about, like, YouTube comments? Twitter comments?
I'm talking about, like public outlash. Like what's happening with Paula Deen. There's a bunch of people mad at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I could say something like that, or a comedian could say something like that and have no qualms, no problems.
So you're saying there's like a little bit of double standards to different people or whatever. I understand
It's
that.
not really fair or equal to all people.
Okay, first off, one thing I don't like about this is that we don't actually know what the fuck she said. Because... if I say something to you and then you repeat it,
well, it was like a deposition. It was like an interview. So she like agreed what she said, and it was like,
oh,
you know what I mean? They were like talking to her. It wasn't. I don't know if it was recorded or not, but like there's like a transcript of. So she admitted that she said that.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So
well, she's just dumb. If you're gonna say some stupid, so whatever your belief is, if you're gonna say some stupid shit like that, you're dumb.
There's a bunch of these.
Expect some backlash.
There's a bunch of these.
Dumb bitch.
There's a bunch of these like YouTubers that like cover the news and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's this one YouTube channel that I fucking clicked on to kind of find out more about this story as I heard about it. And this fucking guy goes, you know, I feel really bad for doing this, but you know,
I hate that.
He goes, but when I saw her. Like, I just kind of knew that she was racist because she had a southern accent.
What?
I just kind of knew that. That's what this guy said.
How do you visually...
I'm like, you're only saying that after the fact.
Yeah.
If you felt that this woman was racist, why didn't you say it before this came out that she was? I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody fucks up, they're like, oh, I knew he was going to fuck. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And this guy's like a popular, I don't know his name. It's not the TYT Turk or whatever the fucking
Young Turks.
Yeah, it's not Young Turks.
I think those guys are awesome.
I don't like them because they're fucking complete liberal pieces of shit. I hate anybody that reports the news that has an opinion. I hate people that report news that have opinion. Keep your opinion to yourself. Tell us what happened. You know, when I watch the news, I want to know the facts. I don't want to know what you think about it.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing, right? Because most of the people out there that watch fucking TV and that watch anything are stupid. You know, I'm sorry, but people are dumb.
That's true. The majority of people are dumb.
I don't want to seem like cocky or anything, but like when I walk around and I communicate with people, I'd say about 30% of them I can have a conversation with, and the other 70% I just feel are dumb. They don't know what's going on in the world. They don't know anything about life.
Yeah.
Most people have this thing that they're obsessed with, and that's what they know about. They're an expert in one field,
Yeah.
all right? And that's it. So it creates, like, this person to be dumb in every other field. Now, I think that's changing. I think because we have the internet and because more people are talking and because education is so free right now. Anybody can go to YouTube, type into Google, type into YouTube, and learn about things. I think that's changing and people are getting smarter. But for the most part, people are dumb. And when dumb people watch the news, turn on the news, and this motherfucker talks about Obama and then has an opinion about Obama and he hates Obama, that person's like, well, the news guy hates Obama, I hate Obama too. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... only smart people sit there with their free mind and say, okay, wait, I don't agree with you.
I don't know how people are going to take this, but I remember reading a report that said that majority of, like, they took a survey of, like, all different races or whatever, and majority of ethnicities were going to vote for Obama, and they had no opinion. They didn't have any knowledge on his stance.
There was a couple reports when Obama was elected that, like, obviously stupid fucking black people like went and, like, got in white people's faces. Like, there's a video somewhere on YouTube, I don't know if I could ever find it, but they were like, when Obama was elected, they were like, you're going up to white people like, you're gonna be my slave now, bitch. like God, just damn. Ignorant, stupid shit.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I will be the first one to admit this. I do not follow politics. And this is what I'm saying.
Most people don't.
Okay, I do not follow politics. I do know that Bush was a complete idiot. I just felt more comfortable with fucking Clinton. You know what I mean? And I don't really know much about Obama. Okay? I'll be the first one to admit that. My vote is worth, well, not with the Electoral College or whatever they do, but, like, theoretically, my vote is worth the same amount as someone who does nothing but follow politics.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to be shocking because you're not a person that follows politics. But people that follow politics and people that have a little bit of knowledge in this area and follow what's going on in the news today and stuff, they know that George Bush and Obama are the same people.
Okay. Explain.
Basically, Dick Cheney and George Bush came into office and they created a bunch of rules and a bunch of shit and they created a bunch of laws that violated the Constitution.
Okay.
Obama ran a campaign saying, this is wrong. When I get into office, everything's going to change. Not only did he not change the rules, but it's been proven now that he's made these rules even more evasive to our rights and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, like, the Patriot Act was like this horrible thing that allowed the government to violate our constitutional rights. Okay? Obama gets into office saying the Patriot Act is bad, but when he gets into office, he doesn't fucking remove it, and he expands the program to violate our constitutional rights even more. So, what we've seen in the last, like, fucking, I don't know how many years, is we've seen our government create tyranny, like, control us in more ways. And I don't know if it's because the government is taking advantage of our rights more than ever, or if it's that the average person is smarter due to the internet.
Yeah.
And actually sees what's going on. You know what I mean? This could have went on throughout history, but because of whistleblowers and the internet, where everyone has access to so much information, I think we're seeing more of how the government acts more than ever. Because back in the day, if they told you, look, we're reading your emails and phone mails to keep you safe, nobody would say shit. All you have is fucking 3 channels. Right? You have 2, 4, and 7. Well, it was 2, 4, and 7 for me. I don't know what it was for you in Seattle,
4,
but
5, 7, 13.
4, 5, 7, 13. That's all you have. That was your only, source of fucking news, right? So now in the day of age where the whole fucking world is connected and everybody can talk to everybody, there's way more ideas that get put out there and more knowledge that can be gained and more criticism upon our government than ever.
Yeah.
So
I think it's crazy that I think we're going in a direction where we're probably not going to have TV anymore.
I don't know why we'd have TV. TV doesn't exist. You know what I find amazing is that TV has been able to manipulate companies the way that they have.
How so?
Because, like, companies are still paying, like, thousands and millions of dollars to run ads on TV, but there's YouTube channels getting more views.
Yeah.
Like, PewDiePie probably gets more views than Comedy Central. Like, period. If you were to take Comedy Central's views in a month and compare it to PewDiePie, I guarantee you, is getting more views than Comedy Central worldwide. Guarantee it. Comedy Central's making millions. PewDiePie's making maybe $1 million a month,
Damn, you think?
Oh, yeah. He's making a lot. But what I'm saying is that companies haven't wised up to the fact. They haven't wised up to the fact.
Yeah.
That this dude is pulling more views than... But another problem you have is kind of like, this thing goes out to the world, and do you want to advertise within those markets? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think they have it set up where, like, if you want to run an ad to only market to, like, Americans, that they probably only Americans see this ad, where people in England see a different ad. Maybe it's set up that way. I don't know how it works on YouTube, but... Yeah, it's really strange because you got someone like Philip DeFranco. He made a couple claims before in the past. He's like, Jon Stewart of The Daily Show is making like millions of dollars, right? But Philip DeFranco is getting more views than him on YouTube. He's made that claim before.
But how can you compare a view on Comedy Central to a view on YouTube? Because if you click on a video, that's a view on YouTube. But like, are you saying anytime anybody watches a Daily Show episode, do they watch the whole thing? Do they skip through the commercials? Is it on, like, you know what I mean? Like, how can you?
I don't know.
On the Daily Show, it's a 30-minute show, right?
Yeah.
And you probably have like 3 stoppages for commercials,
mm-hmm.
and there's probably like 3 commercials a piece. So that's like 9 commercials. I guess, like, let's say it's like 9 commercials, right?
Right.
So that's 9 ads on one 30-minute segment. Whereas on a YouTube video, you just have the ad.
You know how, like, when they have, like, a breaking... You know how they have, like... let's think of a big show. The Walking Dead. When The Walking Dead came back for this season,
mm-hmm.
weren't they, like, bragging that there was, like, fucking 13 million views when it came out? They're, like, bragging about that. Yeah. There's motherfuckers that have uploaded a YouTube video that's got more views than that. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta understand. Like, people really need to understand that there are more people in this market. And people ask themselves all the time, or people ask, like, YouTubers, like, how come you're not in movies? How come you're not on fucking TV? Why don't you have a TV show? Well, because the future is the internet.
Yeah.
The fucking TV, that platform, dead.
Someone brought up an interesting topic. They said that your cable provider doesn't want to give you insanely fast speeds. Because if you can have insanely fast speeds, you could just stream every TV show in superior quality. But if you don't have that connection, then you can't do that. So what is in the interest of a cable provider to give you super insanely fast internet? Like Google fiber internet, like the gigabyte up and down.
I don't know. More money? I don't know.
There is no incentive, because if they did that, most people would drop cable. Hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to show you. Can we pause? I have to show you this video. This video is fucking amazing.
I want to take a break anyways, so right. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. So we ended up watching the video, and you're right. Like, there's no purpose for cable companies or anything like that.
Pretty much.
You're not even like...
Well, I don't know.
You're fucking around. He's fucking around with his phone right now because his Twitter's all fucked up.
Well, I know, and that's really crazy that if my Twitter gets fucked up, I'm in like this frantic mode. For some reason, I don't know why, and also I think I'm pretty stupid. I put out a tweet just now, and it said, for some reason, I'm not getting my @mentions. People I follow, I'm seeing everything they're saying, but people that like try to talk to me via Twitter, well, that's what Twitter's for. I'm not getting anything for the last 4 hours.
I didn't know it was like that. I thought you meant like people you're following that tweet at you. You don't see that.
No, I see that because it's on my follow line. But as far as the at line, when people try to either ask me a question, anything, I have not had any interaction on that thing for like 4
I don't
hours.
understand why Twitter doesn't have an option where you can click it and it only shows you people that you're following, what they said to you, or their interactions with you. Because that would be awesome. Because I get, a lot of times I get a bunch of shit from, not shit, but a bunch of communications from people that I don't follow.
Oh, so,
which I love to read.
You know,
But I would really like to keep track of the people I do follow, what they say to me, because a lot of times I miss that stuff.
yeah. Someone's probably going to tell me this and tell you this. Apparently, TweetDeck is like the super Twitter of Twitter.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome. It is awesome. I have tried it out. The only problem I have with TweetDeck is I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I just...
It looks too complicated to me.
Well, see, during the height of Drama Alert, I had all these columns set up so I could monitor all the drama.
Yeah.
But I have a follow bot. I have a follow bot that automatically follows people.
Yeah.
And that thing's brilliant, right? That thing seeks out drama for me. Like I have meta tags that it searches on Twitter, and I find drama that way. So it's awesome. That's how I find the drama. But I don't know. Twitter is so important. It's unbelievable how important Twitter is. I love Twitter because it's like basically like, okay, let's have a giant chat room with the world. You know what I mean? You're just staring at your phone. You're not even in this conversation.
I'm sorry.
You want to call it quits? You want to end the show?
I think this is a great show.
I think it was a great show, but you're distracted now. Do you want to give it up, or do you want to keep talking? Is there something on your mind? You want to get something off before we call it quits?
No.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to another Bad Kid cast. Do us a favor. Make sure you like the video if you watched it on YouTube, and tell 50 of your friends where we're at. iTunes listeners and Android listeners, if you are new to the Bad Kid cast, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. And YouTube people, make sure you check out Android services and iTunes services. I want you all to get together and have a Bad Kid cast orgy.
Peace.
And Buckries.